This video is going to give you an introduction to mass ingestion, which allows you to ingest large, diverse data. So what exactly is mass ingestion? Mass ingestion is an enterprise-class technology that provides an easy way to move massive amounts of data into a data lake. With mass ingestion, you can ingest thousands of relational tables with a few simple clicks. Mass ingestion provides you two main benefits in terms of ease of use. One, when you use mass ingestion, you don't have to create and validate lots of different mappings and parameter sets to ingest your data. And two, the UI is simple to use. You don't have to be a developer to understand how to use mass ingestion. Now that we know a little about mass ingestion, let's look at the mass ingestion tool and see how you can use it in your organization. Suppose you're taking on a new project that requires you to ingest a large amount of sales data on customers that have open accounts with your company. You have to ingest all of this data from your corporate data center to Amazon S3. To ingest the data, begin by logging into the mass ingestion tool. Then click New to create a mass ingestion specification. This brings you to a wizard where you can configure the spec. You can create a name for the spec, a description, and choose whether you want to ingest your data to a Hive or HDFS target. In our example, we're ingesting the data to Hive on Amazon S3, so we'll choose Hive. Note that you could similarly ingest data to ADLS or Azure Blob. On the next page, select the source that you want to use. To find the source, you can select a connection that connects to the relational database where you store your data, and the schema that defines the source tables. Then drag and drop the tables that you want to ingest from the Available column to the Selected column. Next, you can configure the Hive target. First, you can choose the Hive connection. We'll choose the Hive connection that connects us to S3. You can also enter a schema and additional properties that define the data in the target. We'll use the schema customers and store our data in text. Because we're ingesting to S3, we'll also check external table and enter our external location. After you configure the source and the target, you can configure mass transformations. A mass transformation simply describes how you'll transform your data as it's being ingested. For example, you can design a filter clause to filter out customers who've closed accounts with your company. You might also want to mask the data that you ingest to hide any sensitive information, like social security numbers. To mask the data, we can replace those social security numbers by matching them to a pattern and replacing the values. On the last page, you can configure transformation overrides. This lets you customize how you transform the data in specific tables. For example, you might want to remove one of the columns that you ingest in a table. In another table, you might want to trim column values to remove spaces before and after the values. Then, click Finish. Here you can see some details about the spec that you've created. Now you can deploy the spec by selecting a data integration service and a Hadoop connection. When the spec has been successfully deployed, run the spec to ingest the data. As the spec begins running, you can click the Run instance and start monitoring the ingestion process. In this video, we learned a little about mass ingestion, and saw how we could use mass ingestion to ingest our data to a data lake in a few simple clicks. Even though our demo showed a cloud solution on Amazon S3, we could use the same process to ingest data on-prem to ADLS or Azure Blob as well.